This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Sleaze brought to you by McDonald's. Support local business owners and entrepreneurs in your neighborhood by visiting a nearby McDonald's today.
I love this. The iconic Bundy family getting back together. Yeah, the entire cast. An evening with the Bundys, the Married with Children cast reunion in January. But we have a special announcement from the one and only Al Bundy.
Hi, this is Ed O'Neill. I got some news. I used to play Al Bundy on Married with Children, and we're going to have a family Bundy reunion. January 28th at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, 2026. We're going to have Katie Segal, Christina Applegate, and David Faustino there. We're going to be live on stage. We're going to be having a good time talking about the 11 years we spent making that show. So tickets go on sale soon. Get a hold of one, get down there, and we'll see you there. Okay. Bye-bye.
Seems to be a new trend in Hollywood where they get the cast back together and they go to a theater. I like that.
It is kind of cool to see them all together like that, especially how nostalgia plays such a big part of everything right now.
The Osbournes sharing some bizarre fan interactions, of course, following the death of Ozzy. Kelly noted that several people have come forward claiming to communicate with their father from beyond the grave. I don't know if she's responding to that. Sharon mentioned receiving toenails from a woman who believes she is Ozzy's child.
They're sending toenails and urine, and come on, let these people grieve.
Yes, Kelly added that the woman who sent blood and hair, prompting Jack to joke about needing a DNA test, but you knew that all of this was going to happen.
Yeah, freaky. That's what happens with a freaky fan base.
More from that interview that Alanis Morissette did on CBS Mornings. You know, she's been talking about putting rage and all that into her songs, but now she's talking about relating to You Ought to Know all these years later.
Yeah, I relate to You Ought to Know 1994 part of me exactly. It is rage. It is sublimated rage, and I love rage. The 8 emotions, I talk about it during the show. And anger and rage and sadness specifically and fear, a lot of women have been told you can't feel those. So it makes sense to me that when I'm writing from my unconscious, those would be the first 3. My terror, my deep, deep sadness and depression, and my rage. Those would be the ones that want to speak most. Those have been the most sublimated.
Have you seen those memes where it's a picture of Dave Coulier and it says, like, really? This dude did this to you? This was the guy?
We've all thought that for years, right? Hey, Kiss paid tribute to Ace Frehley after his recent passing. But Barnes, guess where they did this? I have to tell you the name of this event.
Was it the one over the weekend in Vegas? The Kiss Cruise?
Kiss Cruise, spelled Kruise, landlocked in Vegas.
We talked about how, they will market anything. They're marketing a cruise in the desert.
They're the biggest self-promoters of anyone I know.
And the laziest. They don't want to go on the cruise. They just want to call it the Kiss Cruise, but we're going to have it in Vegas.
Kate Beckinsale is back in Wildcats. Oh, yeah, action-packed heist thriller centering on a former special ops team tasked with rescuing their commander's daughter during a robbery amidst London's gangsters. 12 intense hours. It comes to a limited number of theaters and video on demand, November 25th.
Your little girl is coming with me, Ada. 6 a.m. tomorrow. Bring $500,000 in cash. You really don't want to be late.
Why Charlotte?
They know what you are.
You've all heard about this war brewing between Mahoney and Mrs. Vine.
2 biggest gangsters in London fighting for the #1 spot.
Only needs a spark and it'll be fireworks.
So if we take down Vine's jewelry store, make it look like it was Mahoney.
They'll be busy fighting a war, not looking for us.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody down on the floor!
So which one of you bellends is going to explain to me what is going on here?
There's a lot going on in London tonight.
Looks like one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta is in trouble. Did you see this about Portia?
Yeah, something about the FBI investigating her for what?
I mean, when you got the FBI after you, apparently she caught the attention of the FBI on a Delta flight from Vegas back to Atlanta. She seemed kind of unbothered. She was in a fur coat and Uggs. An FBI Atlanta spokesperson confirmed they are aware of an incident that occurred. What do you think that was?
I guess she was coming back from that BravoCon or whatever. That is the biggest collection of morons under one roof. They should market it as a circus in Vegas. Honestly, it is.
I mean, seriously? Okay, this was kind of funny. I know you're not a big Jack Black fan, but he talked about
zero.
He talked about a movie that he may have been too young to see at the age of 10.
I saw Alien too young. I was 10 years old. And I told my dad, I'm 10, Dad. I'm old enough to see a scary movie. I want to see Alien. And my dad was like, yeah, you're 10. I guess you're old enough to go see Alien. Let's go see it. He didn't know how scary it was. And we went to see this movie. And it did damage to me. Like, I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. H.R. Geiger, he's not for kids. He's not for 10-year-olds.
No.
But it did also shape my taste in cinema. A brilliant film. And then I saw The Exorcist like 2 years later. 12 years old is too young for Exorcist. I'm sorry. Linda Blair. I mean, what was... Another 2 weeks of no sleeping.
I think I saw The Exorcist at about that age. I snuck around. Remember when you wait till your parents go to bed, then you go turn on HBO?
Sometimes it has a major long-term effect.
Yeah, no, you're seeing it play out on the radio every day.
That movie, Jay Kelly, you know, the one I'm talking about with George Clooney and Adam Sandler, it's in limited release right now in theaters, but it's coming to Netflix December 5th. He's been doing a lot of interviews, but this one was kind of interesting. He talks about letting go of vanity.
When we sat down, I said, oh, do you want to see how you looked in the camera? He said, no, I don't care about that.
Too old.
Too old. Really?
Well, I'm old now. I'm 64.
Well, you don't think about that?
You have to let go of that. You know, if you're hanging on to any kind of vanity at 64 years old, you know, you're going to be, you know, getting a softer lens and you're, you know, all that stuff. You're chasing your tail, man. It's going to bite you.
Wow. And finally, I don't know what to think about this, but I guess the whole food scene is huge on television, right? But this one's on Netflix. It's a competition reality series based on the video game Overcooked. Yeah, it's coming to Netflix. 1 to 4 players work together as chefs to prepare and serve meals under time constraints while navigating various kitchen obstacles. It's kind of just like a reworked cooking show competition series.
Like they all are.
And it's coming to Netflix. Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Overcooked. That's your Celebrity Sleaze.
Family Matters amplifies the loudest and the proudest political voices in the Black community today.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ Pearson. There's so many incredible perspectives here in the Black community that you're going to hear from each and every week.
Because faith matters, country matters, and family matters.
This is exactly what the mainstream media was missing by not actually going to Black churches, going to Black barbershops, talking to the people at the forefront of this change in the community. Let me start here.
Family Matters with CJ Pearson.
Each and every week. We'll see you here. Talk to you soon.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.